Hey, how's it going? It's Dave Blake. I'm just going to be doing a quick speech about how I started my career. Some of these guys right here are going to be focusing along in my audience. Of course, you got the cameraman.
I was about to say, you don't need to see my face.
Alright. Okay, everybody has their reasons for how and why they started their career. Some people can even pinpoint the exact moment that helped them start their future. I'm one of those people that had a single event that influenced me. See, I'm a weather forecaster in the Air Force, and I've been doing this now for about 6 years. And about 7 years ago, I was in a severe storm that opened my eyes to how much I love weather. Well, that storm eventually had me go to the Air Force career, which led me to my career now, and will actually help me in the steps in the future. First, let me start by talking about the story of the storm. It all began on what started as a calm night in June, and back in Salem, Wisconsin, where I'm from. Me and my mom were the only ones home at the time, and we were watching television when all of a sudden the severe storm warnings popped up on the screen saying there was a storm. Well, my family was putting a pool in the backyard, and we had a bunch of loose parts, so we wanted to go out there and cover it up so stuff didn't get tore up. So as we're walking out there, we're seeing lightning streaking across the sky. Winds are starting to pick up. So we're like, oh, we got to get this down. So we're putting a tarp over all the pool parts. And all of a sudden the rain starts coming. We're getting downpouring. The winds are picking up stronger and stronger. We're realizing we're not even making much of an impression because the tarp is flying around. So as the winds continue to pick up, we decided we need to retreat back into safety because it's not worth it. And as we're walking inside, the winds were so strong it was difficult for us to even walk properly. Well, we eventually made it back to the back door. Right before I went in, I took one last look outside, and I just saw the destructiveness of the storm, and it was just awed. And I stood there for a few seconds, getting pelted by the rain, getting blown over by the wind. Well, a week later, I ended up going to the Air Force and saying, hey, listen, I want to be a weatherman. I said, okay, I'll hook you up. So after boot camp, I went to Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi, where I had about 10 months of hands-on weather training. And my first duty station after that was Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. There I dealt with having to forecast severe thunderstorms in the Great Plains and Midwest. After a few years of that, I moved on to Korea, where I spent a year forecasting a totally different climate on the Korean Peninsula. Even further, after that, I went to Hawaii. Now I have to deal with tropical forecasts and things like that. And here I am in Iraq, having to deal with dust storms and fog every morning. So you can see how different weather is in different parts of the world, and because of the Air Force, I've got to experience that firsthand. I actually have a quote from a British meteorologist named John Hannon, who said, "No 2 days of weather are the same, so every day is a brand new adventure," and I couldn't agree more. Some of the steps that I have to take in the future, as I continue progressing in the military and get a few more stripes on my arm, I'll be able to pass along some of the knowledge that I've gotten to some of the younger forecasters, like many did with me. Some of the goals I've set for myself is I'd like to continue getting my degree in meteorology, which I'm actually working on at this very moment. And even when I do get out of the Air Force, whenever that may be, a goal of mine that I've said sounds kind of corny, but I like to be the weatherman on TV. It's the goal I've set for myself. In conclusion, it's amazing to think of how a single event could spark a career. That's exactly what happened. Stop and think about it. The severe storm led me to go to the Air Force recruiter to get in the weather. Going to the Air Force recruiter got me into my career where I'm at now. But that will get me, and the career I'm at now will lead to the career I'm going to. In closing, I still have many things to learn about weather, and I'm eager and excited to move on to weather forecasting. This concludes my speech.
Woo! Audience reaction.
Woo! Yeah! Whoa, weather!
Extended.